Lingua Podcast live from Dessau is broadcast from Mitteldeutschland and features all things languages. The show is hosted by our teachers, presenting students and guests from all walks of language learning experiences. Are you ready?
Yes.
I don't know if I'm ready. But here we go. So we have a very special episode of A Lingua Podcast, live from Dessau. Joining us today, we have a special student who has just arrived in Germany. How long have you been in Germany?
I have been in Germany 4 months.
For 4 months.
Yeah.
Okay. So Svetlana came to Germany from Ukraine.
Yes.
And there are many Ukrainian students studying at our language course, our language school, learning German. And so I asked our manager if she could find the best student, the best person, the best human. And Svetlana volunteered to come in and talk to us. So we really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's get right down to it. Where are you from in the Ukraine?
I lived in Brovary. This is a small town near Kiev.
Okay.
But it is bigger than Dessau, for example.
Okay.
In Brovary lived more than 100,000 of people. Yeah.
Okay. And what is, okay, so it's outside of Kiev.
Mm-hmm.
So the name of your city, what's the name?
Brovary.
Brovary. Okay, I'm going to try to use my accent today, so my skills are better. So what did you do in Brovary? Wait, say it again.
In Brovary.
In Brovary? What did you do?
I lived in Brovary
Okay.
because I work in Kiev.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm a teacher. I am a teacher of management, and I taught in college
Okay.
in one of Kiev's university.
Okay, so when you say college is university.
College is one part of our university.
Okay.
We have 8 parts.
Okay. So you taught management.
Yeah.
Nice. So you're a university professor.
Something the same professor, because in Ukraine we have another education system and
Okay.
another graduate of teacher.
Okay. Okay. So did you study management at university?
Yes.
Did you go to the university in Kiev?
Yes, of course, every day.
How far did you take a train to work? Did you take the bus to work? Did you drive to work?
Oh, it takes near 50 minutes.
Okay. So you're right outside Kiev.
Yeah, outside Kiev, from my home to my work.
Okay.
Brovary is very, very near Kiev, and another Kiev spot is far away than Brovary.
Okay.
That's why was very convenient for me to work in Kiev and live in Brovary, because in Brovary I had a private house,
Okay.
my own.
That's nice.
Yeah, with the garden,
Wow.
with the dog,
Yeah.
and other.
That's nice. For our listeners, how big is Kiev? I know it's a big city. How many people live there?
It is the biggest city in Ukraine. There lived more than 3 million people, official. But unofficial, some some experts told that there lived more than 5 million
Okay.
people.
So about almost the size of Berlin. I think there's 5 million people living in Berlin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. When did you know that you were going to leave?
Oh. When bombed a lot.
Okay, so when the bombing started.
Yeah, when Russia started bombing Ukraine, I didn't think about moving.
Okay.
But then, when they came to Kiev, and they were near us, and they bombed Brovary, I afraid of my life, my daughter's life, my sister's life, and we think that it is time to go away.
Okay, so there were bombings near your house.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you said, "Okay, guys."
Yeah. It's finished, and
Yeah.
I need to go.
So at that time, were a lot of your friends and family already leaving, or were they telling you to leave? Or, you know what I mean? Like, are your parents in Ukraine right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
My mommy now is in Ukrainian.
Okay.
She love her home,
Okay.
her dog, and other. She didn't want to move with us,
Okay.
but she told me go.
Okay.
Yes, at that time, a lot of my friends moved to another country and to another part of Ukraine, but a lot of people stayed there. Yeah.
Okay. So, was that? I know that's a difficult decision to leave your house,
Yeah.
to leave your life,
Yeah.
to leave your country.
Yeah. I lived all.
What was that? I mean, we saw on the television, of course, people at the train station, people driving to the Polish border. Did you head towards? Did you go to the Polish border first?
Yes.
Okay.
My first decision was to stay at the west part of Ukraine and stay there and wait for, but I don't know.
To see what happens.
Yeah, what happens.
Yeah.
But then I understood that in that part of Ukraine is too much people, and we couldn't stay anywhere, and we went to Poland.
Okay.
In Poland was too much people too.
On the border.
We used train that to move to Poland, and in Poland volunteers help us to stay only for one night or maybe 2 nights.
Okay.
No more, because there were too much people.
Okay.
And we went to Germany.
Okay.
I know that German have a very good social system, and for people like me, for people from Ukrainian too, that's why I chose the.
Okay. So did they give you a choice? Did they say, "Oh, do you want to stay in Poland, or would you like to go to Germany or another country in Europe?"
No,
You decided.
I decided to go away from Ukrainian as away as it possible, as far away as it possible.
Okay. Okay. So how many? You stayed in Poland for 1 or 2 days?
1 night.
1 night.
1 night we lived at the second floor of railway station in Wrocław.
Okay, so you stayed at the train station overnight.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you took a train
Yeah.
from Warsaw to Berlin.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
There was a special train from Wrocław to Berlin only for people from Ukraine.
Was it a nice train?
Very good train.
Did they send an ICE train for you? That's good. Those are the nicest trains. Okay, so do you remember the day that you arrived in Berlin? Do you know the exact date? Was it in late February or early March?
Early March.
Okay.
It was um, 13 of March. We went to Berlin in the night near 11 a.m. and volunteers helped us to find a place for sleeping.
Okay.
It was church.
Okay.
I lived in the church under Orhan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was amazing.
So was
Yeah.
the organization was fairly good? Like people came in, did they took your name? Did they give you any documents, or did they tell you anything? They just said, okay, we're gonna put you here, and you're gonna stay there for.
They they didn't ask me about some documents.
Okay.
They give me help in some instructions, eat, water,
Okay.
and what I need.
Okay. Did they have Russian, and I don't want to say Russian translators, but did they have Russian-speaking translators to help people coming in that couldn't speak German or English?
I spoke only with people who know English.
Okay, perfect, yeah.
And in Poland with people from Poland who know Polish. I traveled in Polish 3 years ago, and I understood that this language is near Ukrainian language. We have a lot of the same words with the same meaning. Yeah.
So you can.
It is easy for me. That's why I can speak, but in Ukrainian with these people.
Okay. So let's talk about your languages. You speak Ukrainian, you speak Russian, you
Yeah.
speak English.
English so, but it
Okay,
helps
those are
me.
your 3 main languages.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So you're in a church in Berlin
Yeah,
with your sister and your daughter.
yeah.
How do you get to Dessau?
Oh, it's an interesting story because we wanted to stay in Berlin for 2 nights, but at the next day arrived a lot of people.
So
and
more and
we-
more people are coming.
More people, and we understood that we need to go to the west or to the south of Germany, another parts of Germany, and I found a bus to the Magdeburg.
Okay.
And we sit
again-
in this bus.
So again, you're doing this all on your own. No one is directing you. Okay, like from the church, you just get up and you find a bus.
Yeah, and I go to railway stations to find any bus to another part of Germany.
Okay. That's it. So it's not it sounds like it's not that organized, right?
We don't know our final point.
Okay.
Where we wanted to stay. We
Okay.
don't know this
Okay.
really, but we wanted to stay in Germany.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get on a bus or a train and you go
Bus.
from Berlin to Magdeburg.
No, not to Magdeburg.
Okay.
We sit in this bus and bus moved to Magdeburg. But we saw on Google Maps and we saw that we go down in Magdeburg.
Okay.
It was Dessau.
Really?
It was some stress, yeah. It was some stress for us, and a lot of people, a lot of people around me, afraid of this situation. Why we don't go to Magdeburg and where we are? What is this Dessau? And for some people, it was a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, and volunteers who meet us at Dessau. Explain a lot why we are here, but don't in Magdeburg.
Okay, so the bus in Berlin, it was always coming to Dessau, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and like when you're in the church and you're talking to other Ukrainians, are you talking about, okay, where should we go? Like, what's a good place to live in Germany? Is it, the former East Germany, or is it West Germany, or, well, Germany, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about, like, oh, Magdeburg is because Magdeburg is the capital city of
Mm-hmm.
our state, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a big city.
Yeah.
Maybe more cosmopolitan. Maybe there's better access to employment or language schools. I don't know. But Dessau is that's interesting that you came to Dessau without knowing you were coming to Dessau. Okay, so you get off the bus at the Hauptbahnhof.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What happens? People are there to meet you, volunteers.
In Dessau,
Uh-huh.
in Dessau, we moved not to Hauptbahnhof. We moved to Sporthalle.
Okay.
Yeah, and there volunteers meet us, help us, a lot of people, a lot of old people, people with a small, very, very small children.
Okay.
They made a coronavirus test.
Mhm.
Every one of us gave and eat and water. We was shocked. In the night we can eat and drink water. We need to sleep anyway.
Okay. So they put you in a sports hall.
Yeah, sports hall.
Okay. How many people were in the sports hall?
Not so more as it was later.
Uh-huh.
In sport hall was near, no, maybe less 100 people. Less
Okay,
100
okay,
people. But
okay.
then in the next day, and the next after tomorrow, people arrived, and then in sport hall lived more than 200 people.
Okay. Okay. So this is when they start. Do they start asking for? I mean, what are some of the questions the volunteers are asking? Your name and, okay, where you came from, and are they asking about what your work is, or what you did back in Ukraine, like as work?
At first time they asked our documents,
Okay.
our passports, and our documents for our children.
Mhm.
And then we have a very big holiday from any problem, maybe for 2 or 3 weeks, and we was shocked because we understood that we need to organize our life
Right.
and to do something.
Right.
And the way to the Dessau for most of us was very difficult. And they need to do something, inactive do something, and it was problem.
Okay. So you needed to come to the Rathaus Center, to the foreigner's office, and show your passport and show documents.
It was later. It
Yeah,
was
okay, that
in
was
3
later.
weeks. Yeah,
Okay.
later. Yeah, I came to Rathaus Center make my photo
Uh-huh.
and photo my daughter and my sister. Then we have a meeting in migration organization, and we came with all our documents, and then we rest a lot time too.
Excellent. Okay. So how long did you stay in the sports hall? Like, you're in an apartment now, right?
I lived in sport hall not long. I
Okay.
lived near 1 month.
Okay.
And then I moved to hotel with my daughter, but my sister stay in sport hall.
Okay.
She lived there more than 2 months.
Okay.
It was difficult.
Yeah.
A lot of people, every one of them have his own habits, own behavior.
Sure.
Yeah, and it isn't convenient to live near a lot of people a
Yeah.
long period of time.
Yeah.
For she, it was difficult.
Okay. And like, everybody is talking about the war, right? Everybody's on their phones, calling back to relatives, trying to get the news, what's
Yeah.
going on, what's going to happen here
Yeah.
in Dessau, friends or families that are in different cities in Germany trying to connect, right? I mean, I'm sure it's chaos,
Yeah.
or some kind of organized chaos, I should say. Go ahead.
At first period of time, I phoned to my mom twice a day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I'm afraid of her. I asked her, come with us, come to us, but she don't want to do it
Okay.
now too. Yeah. Hmm. A lot of people around us speak about war, and now too we speak about it a lot. And today Russia bomb my region near my city, not Browary, near my city.
Right.
It bombed Borispil and some villages near Borispil, and Browary and Borispil stay near one by one.
Uh-huh.
Maybe 20 kilometers.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's getting
not.
closer.
Mhm.
Is it, when you talk to your mom now, is she happy that you are here in Dessau? Or here in Germany, let's say?
Here in Germany, yeah, she's happy that I'm in Germany. She don't know what is it Dessau.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she's happy because she very love me and my daughter, and it is most important in her life. That's
Okay.
why she's happy
Okay.
that we're here.
But she's going to stay.
Now, yes, but
Yeah.
I understand if situation will be worst, she will move.
Okay. So, are you, is it difficult to watch the news? I mean, is it something, are you watching the news every single day?
No, it is not difficult.
Okay.
I enjoy this process. Really, I like everything new.
But the news, when you're watching the television
Oh, well,
about...
news on television. Oh,
Yeah.
it's terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I live here more than 4 months, and I forget that feelings what I feel in Ukrainian. That's why sometimes I read something or watch on TV something, and my feelings come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be hard. I mean, it's, the television is on in our language school every day, and it seems when I go back towards the kitchen, it's always something with Ukraine, and I'm wondering if the students are watching it, or I don't know, like it's difficult.
Yeah, it is difficult, but I and my friends, my group mates, for example, we prefer to read something in Telegram channels,
Okay.
on the official channels, and
Okay.
other.
Okay. So you live in an apartment now? Have you moved out of the hotel? Are you in an apartment?
Yeah, now I live in apartment.
Are you with your sister?
No, without my sister. My sister live in the another flat, in the another apartment, because when I said volunteers that I'm not alone in sports school, this is my daughter, this is my sister, we need to be together. They said we are not relatives here. We will live separate. That's why she lived in her own flat, and I and my daughter live in my own flat.
Okay, that's interesting. But you see each other every day, right?
Yes, of course.
So you're living
we,
together.
we live separate in Ukraine too.
Okay.
It's okay for us. We was agreed to live together because we understand that it is difficult to find a flat for every person, for every family. That's why we was agreed for this situation. But now we have situation better.
You have separate flats. That's interesting. Yeah. I don't know. That's weird.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of strange.
It's German.
Yeah. Is there anyone else here in Dessau that you knew in Ukraine? Like,
No
any
one.
other friends that you knew, or other family members?
No one friends, no one family members. I haven't in Dessau. My cousin live in München.
Okay.
She studies there.
Okay.
No, but we wasn't friends in Ukraine with my cousin. I have seen her maybe twice times.
In your life?
Yeah, in my life.
Okay. Does she know you're here now in Dessau?
Yeah,
Okay.
I phone for her
Okay.
once a month,
Okay.
maybe.
Okay, so you're really here. It's you and your sister and your daughter. That's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all what I have here.
So now that you've lived here for 4 months,
Yeah, more than 4 months.
how is Dessau now to you? I mean, now you're more integrated. You have a schedule. Your daughter's in school. You come to the language course for German lessons. Is it since you're back sort of into a routine? Is it a little? I don't want to say easier, but is the structure? Is it good for you now?
Yeah, I like Dessau. I think it's a very good experience to live here. Because to live in a biggest town, it can be difficult for my daughter and for my own. A lot of people, a very difficult social system, a lot of documents. What I have now, it is difficult. That's why I'm real thankful that I'm here in Dessau. It's a small town and slowly town. The first time when I go out from sport schule, I saw a small houses field. That's all. I was shocked. Where am I? But later I came into the center of Dessau. I opened a map of Dessau and I understood that it is a good place.
It has an interesting history with the Bauhaus, the School of Architecture here, and it also has some interesting history from the Second World War as well. But can we talk about your daughter real quick?
Yes.
So, how is she integrating into this new German experience?
I think it isn't so difficult as I think about it.
Okay.
Yeah, she go to school in Louisium. It isn't in the center where we live, and she is one person from Ukraine in the school. She is a star in the school because a lot of pupils and teachers knows her. There are one girl whose mother came from Ukraine more than 15 years ago, and this girl know maybe 20 words, Ukrainian words, and she tried to speak with my daughter. And my daughter enjoy her new school.
Excellent.
And she don't want to come back to Ukrainian school. It is very important for me. That's why I prefer to stay in German.
Okay, so when she comes home, she's she's telling you that she likes the school, she likes the students, she likes her teachers.
Lessons, her favorite teacher. She has her favorite teacher. Yeah.
Perfect.
She likes it.
And the other students are nice. They're nice to her. Like other students are. I mean, how old is she?
Pupils. She's 9.
Okay, so was it 3rd grade, 4th grade? I don't know. What class is that?
In Ukrainian we finished 4 classes, but in German now she is in 3rd class.
Yeah,
it's okay. It's a good integration.
Yeah, 3rd grade is perfect. I remember my 3rd grade teacher, Miss Berry. Yeah. Yeah, right on. So that's great. And kids are, kids are strong.
Yeah.
They bounce
They're stronger than me.
Yeah, we're the ones that are weak, right? We think about everything too much. Well, that's good to hear. So now let's talk a little bit about your school.
About my school.
About
okay.
you. You are currently taking German lessons at InLingua, and these are intensive courses. How many hours a day are you studying?
In school, I study more than 3 hours a day, but at home, I try to study 2 or 3 hours a day. I haven't more time because I need to go to school for my daughter, come back, prepare cooking something and other. That's why I think it isn't enough for the learning of German.
Okay, well, 5 hours a day, 3 hours of instruction for the teacher with other group work, pair work in the classroom. How's it going in the language course? Like, how do you find it?
Our volunteers told us that we can go to InLingua and go to course there. That is a good school, popular, famous, and you will learn German, and you need to do it.
Right.
And I was one of the first people who came to the course in Lingua and asked that I want to learn German here.
Okay. So you registered early. Okay. How many students are in your class?
In my class is 20 students, but not every day, because a lot of people have different meetings. Some of people are ill and other problem.
And is this the first time you've ever studied German? Did you take German in high school in the Ukraine, or did you?
I learned German in school 2 years, but really I don't remember anything from that period of time, because in Ukrainian school learn German or English or French, it isn't good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, teachers. You know, it's always the teachers, right? Bad teachers.
Yeah. I think not so bad teachers. I think it's a bad system.
Okay, the system.
Because we had only 2 German lessons for a week. It isn't enough that to learn language.
So it's like it's the curriculum of the university, of the high school. Okay.
I learned English not in the school. I learned it in private school, like in Lingua. In Ukrainian, it called Green Forest, and I have learned it for 5 years. And after these courses, I started speaking. Watching movies in English and use this language.
Okay. Yeah, your English language skills are good. Yeah, they are good. No problems. Thank you, Ukrainian language school. A lot of our teachers here speak Russian as a second language. Is that helpful?
My teachers, only one of them, he don't speak, he understands Russia because he has the same situation than I. He learned Russia in the school. But for people from Ukraine, and yeah, it helps sometimes. We can ask him in Ukrainian or in Russia, and he understands us. But I think it's not good for another students because we have different people. We have people from Chinese, Vietnam, Spanish, Chile, Romania, and other countries, and I think they feel not so good on selves.
Maybe a little bit left out if they're speaking Russian. I mean, I took German. I took some German courses, and it was always difficult for me because I wanted to ask for explanations in English, right? And
I try don't use English at our lessons because I understood the system. If you want to learn something, you need to use only word from this. Use translation, it's okay. Show something, it's very good, but don't use anything another language. Yeah. But it's only for the first period of time. Later you can easily use German, use English, use Russia, and it will be convenient for you, but not now.
When you go out, so you've been taking a course now for 4 months? When did you start your German course?
I started first July my German course.
Okay, so just recently.
It's later because we lived in hotel and my daughter couldn't go to school. I couldn't stay here at hotel for a long period of time. That's why I asked start my German course later.
Okay, so you just started 2 weeks ago.
Not 2 weeks. June, July, June.
Oh, you started June. Okay, June.
June.
Okay. So like 6 weeks ago.
6 weeks ago.
Okay. How's it coming? How is the German?
How's?
Like, how are you? How is your language development in German? Is it going well?
Oh, it's a very good development because now I can go in the shop and ask what I want. At the first time when I lived in my house, some German people asked me something, told me something, but I say, Entschuldigen, nicht verstehen. But now I try understand them and I find some words that I know and try to answer for them. Yeah, it helps.
Okay, so let's talk about that. People on the street, like people in the shops, people that you meet, just living in Dessau. Are people being nice to you?
Yes, I think they're nice. I believe that every one of us is different. That's why there's only different people. Sometimes they asked me, where is the shop? I say, I'm sorry, I'm not from Dessau.
I think, do you drive a car?
No.
Okay.
No. I ride a bicycle.
Okay, that's good.
I'm fan of bicycle. I have ride a bicycle more than 17 years.
Cool.
Previous winter I bought a new bicycle. I had 2 bicycles in Ukraine, my own 2 bicycles in Ukrainian, and I'm real fan of bicycle because I like a bicycle trip. And when I said that I visited Poland 3 years ago, it was a trip on the bicycle.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah, more than 15th day. We started near Lublin, go to Lodz, Częstochowa, Kraków, and finish finished in Przemysl, and all this way was on bicycle.
Okay, you're doing bike tours before? I even did a bike tour. That's so cool. Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, that's why I enjoy bicycle culture in Germany. I saw a lot of bicycle trips, tracks, and I'm going to try something.
Yeah, there's so many places to ride bikes here. Your daughter also has a bike?
Yeah.
Okay, so then maybe one weekend we'll get together and
sometimes
take you for a bike ride. Yeah, that's nice.
We walk on our bicycles. We visited Wörlitz on our bicycles, and ride around Dessau.
Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice. That's cool. Very nice. Excellent.
It's our home tradition.
Yeah. Are you making new friends here in Dessau?
In Dessau I have some people who are interesting for me, and it is convenient to speak with them for me. Some of them is my group mates, and some of them is the volunteers, for example, and with another people I speak when we meet on holiday, for example.
Okay, that's nice. I mean, it's important to find friends right here, because you need support. I mean, you have support obviously, but it's always good to get together with friends on the weekends. Have some barbecue.
Barbecue, unfortunately, not yet, because we don't know where we can do it.
Okay.
I know that in German is a special places for barbecue, and now it is expensive for us to have a barbecue. But later I hope it will happen. And today I and my two group mates we talk about Sunday, and we are going to ride on bicycle with our children on Sunday in Wörlitz.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's our plan.
I'll get you to a barbecue. I'll invite you guys to a barbecue. This is a question that's not on the list of questions that I gave you, but it's something I've been interested in. Like you had a house. Like, what's happening to your house? Is someone looking after your house, or is it?
In my house live my mother.
Okay.
In my mutter.
Okay, good.
With my house, okay.
Yeah.
All is okay. It stay. It's good. But with my sister's flat is a problem, because bombed near their house and the windows
are shattered. Yeah, the windows are gone.
That's only one problem that we have.
Okay. I mean, like, just like basic services, right? I mean, I'm thinking, like, is the water, electricity still stable? Is water still stable?
Sometimes there are problems with the water in my city in Browary, but we have our own water. It's a private house, own water. I can have water without electricity.
You have a well? That's good.
Yes, it's okay. Now it's okay.
Okay.
Problem with electricity and water, it's not in our region, it's east regions, Kharkiv, Donetsk, Luhansk, Zaporizhia. At that places there are a lot of problems, and here I met a family from that region, and they told me, I was shocked, really shocked, they lived 8 years without electricity and water in the house.
Okay.
I was real shocked.
Okay. That is interesting.
Ukrainian have a developing system, or energy system, water system, gas system, road system, and other. I travel a lot of in Ukrainian on my bicycle in the small villages, and in every village I saw an electricity, road, and other.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I mean, I've never been to Ukraine, but I have friends who have lived there. I have a friend who studied in Kharkov. Yeah, you know, crazy. What's the future for you? What
My
do you think?
future?
Yeah, what do you think?
I'd prefer to stay in Germany for all period of war, because my daughter have a good integration here in Germany, and I'd prefer to stay here in Dessau with her before she will finish school. I'm going to finish language courses. And then I'm going to work.
Okay.
I want to work a teacher because I like this process. I like student. I like speak with the young people. They are very creativity. They have a lot of new ideas. It's very interesting.
Nice.
And we have done a lot of interesting projects in Ukraine with my students. And I prefer to be a teacher here. But if it isn't impossible, I ready to do something interesting and useful too.
Okay.
Here.
So first is teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean the German system. But with good language skills and with your academic background, with your diplomas translated, like you should be able to get into a teaching position.
Yeah.
Should be, right? If not, we'll see what happens next. If you couldn't teach, do you have an idea what you would want to do, maybe?
I'm interested in social sphere. It is interesting for me to help another people.
Okay.
Yeah, I will speak. I will help. I will have a chance to make important, useful projects and other. Yeah,
That's
it is
good.
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, just because you're here, it doesn't mean your dreams cannot come true, right? I mean, that's the goal, right? Make my dreams come true no matter what. Like wherever I am, working hard towards those things.
I'm going to work hard for my dream.
Of course. Have you met any Russians here in Dessau?
Yeah. I met some people from Russia. One of them arrived to Germany more than 15 years ago.
Okay.
And it's good person. He worked here, he lived here, he understands the situation, what we have now, and he didn't try kill me.
Yeah, of course. No.
I know. They couldn't choose another home than Russia for them. They couldn't change this. That's why I think all people from Russia who live in Germany, who think that the war with Ukrainian and the all wars in the world is very bad, these people is our friends.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what do you think? And I don't want to go into politics, but just your opinion. How does this end? Like, what is your opinion?
I don't know, I don't know. I have different meaning for this. One of them, I think, this is a finish of Ukrainian. because Russia is very big, and I have very bad experience. 8 years ago, when this war started, I stayed at my home and thought, oh, war is very bad, but it's not here. And I lived in that country 8 years and don't think about war.
Right.
I started to do something only when the war come into my house, into my region, and bombed my home. That's why I think Russia is very big, and now we have only two second action, and this is it isn't finished. I think they will come back to Ukrainian with they became stronger and come back, and the war will be very long.
Okay.
Unfortunately, but my thinking, I hope the war will end, and we will develop Ukrainian, build new houses, new roads, and other. I hope that will be true in the future.
Let's say the war ended tomorrow. You know?
Yeah.
Daughter says, "No, Mom, I don't want to go. I love my school.
Yeah.
I want to stay here."
I will stay with her.
Okay.
Of course, I will stay with her because I haven't a chance to study in European universities, but it was my dream, and now I'm here. I can live in European country. I hope I have a chance to learn something new here. For example, a language course. Maybe something course in university. I hope I will have a chance for it, and if my daughter choose this country, choose this school, and she enjoy, she likes this school, I will live with her here.
Yeah, I think German is the language is the key. With the €9 ticket, have you visited other German cities around Dessau? Have you been to Dresden or Leipzig?
Not yet, because at the first period of time when we came to the German, we visited every 2 days another city, a lot of museums, a lot of parks, and other.
So I just want to relax.
Yeah, we need to relax, because my daughter said I couldn't see more. That's why we
cool.
Riding on the bicycle.
That's nice. No, it's nice. So, are you living? Where do you live? You live in the center?
I live in the center near at house.
Okay, so you're downtown. Okay.
Oh, downtown. Yeah,
right,
near at house.
Okay. And how's the accommodation? Is it okay?
It is very interesting house combination for me, because I have a very big windows, not wall, only windows.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm afraid of winter in this apartment.
Okay.
In my own house I had small windows, and in winter it was warm in my house.
Yeah.
That's why I'm afraid of the system.
I mean, it could be a cold winter. That's
Not cold winter.
It could be a cold winter.
Could, yeah.
That's what they. That's what they say, right?
Yeah. No.
But yeah, if the gas gets turned off, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Take it.
Oh, this is my Schwester. I asked her to go to school for my daughter, but she don't know where is the school.
Okay.
Oh.
She's at the Kino Theater? I heard you say Kino.
Moment. Ой-ой-ой. To się tak. Yeah, I had some problem with my phone. Yeah, because when we moved to German, it was broken.
Okay. I mean, I was gonna ask you about that, like SIM cards. Like you have to get. Do you have a German number now, or are you still using your Ukrainian number?
I use two numbers, my Ukrainian and German numbers.
Okay.
My Ukrainian because I use Telegram, Viber, and Act.
Okay.
That's why I use two numbers, but later I understand that I change my account.
Well, you have an internet. Those are internet calling systems, right? So you can call on Wi-Fi. Is that right?
Yeah, I can
Okay.
on Wi-Fi, and then
cool.
she can call me on the phone because it's a very interesting situation with my phone. This phone have done in China.
Okay.
And it was only for China. My uncle worked in Beijing. And he bought this telephone in Beijing and used there when he worked.
Yeah.
Later he came back to Ukrainian and presented me. It's a good practice for our family,
Yeah.
good tradition, and I use this phone. It was very convenient for me. A big
Big screen. Yeah. Big memory.
Memory and other, but I couldn't use it in Germany because it don't work with European SIM card.
Yeah.
That's why my sister gave me her own phone. Now he uses her work's phone.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm going to buy a new, but not now because it's only second month when I leave with that money what gives me a job center, and I don't know how many monies I need per month.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I count how money I can spend for new phone.
Okay. Yeah, it's. I mean, like budgeting, right? You have to budget everything. I mean, like everybody has to budget everything, but you have to budget like. Well, I don't know. Like, yeah, we just have to budget, right? We have to budget because.
I had budget at home too.
Yeah.
It is normal. It is good. I told my students every my lesson that you have to count your money, to have a budget, to have a system.
So you're teaching management classes. That's right.
Yeah, budget for me it is normal. I have budget since I was 17, maybe.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Well. Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks very much for coming in. I will really appreciate it. Like, you know.
It is very interesting for me to listen our interview.
Okay, perfect. Well,
I'm real thankful for you.
Thank you.
It's very good experience, and I like this.
Yeah. I hope.
I want more.
Yeah, of course. I mean, now that I have your email address, yeah, so I'll communicate with email. Yeah, maybe we can get together. I'll introduce you to my partner. You know, introduce you to my cat. You know, you guys can come over for dinner or something like that. I mean, you know, like.
Okay.
Like socialize, right? You know, another friend in Dessau, right? So we'll plan that because we have our pelmeni nights. We don't make. We make good pelmeni, but we don't make the kamar. So the pelmeni is pretty good. All right, Svetlana, thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you for you.
Thank you for listening to Inlingua Podcast, live from Dessau. We hope you stay tuned for more episodes.